Welcome everybody to Physique Nutrition. Today we're going to be covering calories, macros, our energy balance, and its effect on our body weight. We're going to cover energy expenditure, energy input, macronutrients, our energy balance, and adaptive thermogenesis. So our daily energy expenditure, how we expend energy. So we're going to expend energy in 4 different ways. The first is our basal metabolic rate. This is the amount of calories that you burn day to day, just performing life-sustaining functions like pumping blood, providing nutrients to your body, breathing, etc. NEAT. This is non-exercise activated thermogenesis. So this is a fancy way of saying how active you are. A good way to track this is by tracking your steps and setting a step goal for each day. TEF, your thermic effect of food. This is how many calories your food takes simply to digest. So something to take into consideration. Protein requires the most amount of energy. Behind that is carbohydrates. And then the easiest to digest and store is fats. It takes the least thermic effect of food. And then that 4th way we burn energy is through direct exercise. So there's 4 ways: your basic metabolic rate, non-exercise activated thermogenesis, the thermic effect of food, and then direct exercise. So energy input. So we talked about how we expend energy, and this is how we receive it. We receive calories or energy from our food. The nutrients that provide energy are called macronutrients. There's carbs, proteins, and fats. Carbohydrates and protein both provide 4 calories per gram, and fat provides 9 calories per gram. So your energy balance determines your body weight over time. So your energy balance, if it's positive, you are in a calorie surplus, meaning that you are consuming more than your total daily energy expenditure. Over time, your body weight will increase. Eating at maintenance calories or consuming the same as your total daily energy expenditure is going to result in maintaining your body weight. A calorie deficit is when you're eating less food than your daily expenditure, and over time this is when you will see your body weight start to drop. Okay, so adaptive thermogenesis. This is a fancy word for your body always trying to find homeostasis. So your body will simply get used to whatever you're doing. So different phases of dieting cause different adaptations. So if you're restricting food, your basal metabolic rate will slow. If you're increasing your food, it will increase. Okay, so in a body fat reduction phase, the goal is to create a calorie deficit and reduce body weight, primarily from fat. So you'll notice the metabolic adaptation that occurs is over time your basal metabolic rate slows down. So you'll have to continue to pull food from each day to maintain the same calorie deficit. Exercise adaptation as well. So your cardio you'll become more efficient at. So you'll require more intense or more time during your cardio sessions to burn the same amount of calories that you would at the start of that phase. During a metabolic or a growth phase, it's kind of the opposite. So the goal here is to eat at maintenance or slightly above, depending on your individuality there. But the goal is to repair your metabolism, so we're increasing and adding food over time, maintaining your body composition so you're not adding too much body fat. So what happens here is the increased food causes an increase in your basal metabolic rate. So you'll be able to slowly increase the amount of food you eat and maintain your body weight over time. Exercise adaptation that happens is typically we pull cardio during these phases and your sensitivity increases. So you'll be able to burn more calories with less time doing cardio. So using adaptive thermogenesis to our advantage. So we're going to take a phased approach and using these phases to set your metabolism up to create the easiest diet possible. So we're going to use a metabolic or a growth phase to set ourselves up. So we're going to increase our basal metabolic rate, increase how many calories we're burning per day, and we're going to sensitize ourselves to cardio. When it's time to switch to a fat loss phase, then your metabolic rate will be high and you're sensitive to cardio, and the diet is just easier. So then when that becomes difficult, we can phase around to make the changes that we want. Okay, so in summary, we expend calories through the thermic effect of food, non-exercise activated thermogenesis, exercise calories, and our basal metabolic rate. Energy input comes from the food that we eat, carbs, fats, and proteins. Carbs and protein provides 4 calories per gram. Fats provide 9 calories per gram. Our energy balance determines our body weight over time. If we're in a calorie surplus, our body weight will increase. If we're at calorie maintenance, our body weight will stay the same. Over time, if we're in a calorie deficit, our body will decrease. Our body weight will decrease. So our body adapts to our diet and exercise over time. This is called adaptive thermogenesis. So using a phased approach is the best way to continue to see progress.